So we are the Proud Campaign Philippines. So we're just a bunch of LGBTQ plus people uniting them here in New Zealand. So we're LGBTQ plus Filipinos trying to unite other queer and transgender people. And then we're doing charity. So at the moment, we have a project called the Proud Bag. And it's like we're giving away free groceries to Auckland migrants in need, but we're trying to extend that, right? Not just for migrants.
Anyone who's in need, because things happened last year, and there are a lot of people now that need help.
So today, since we've already introduced the food that we're going to feast on, we are going to answer questions
While eating or eating while answering.
So eating while answering. The first question is, who was the first one to know that you're gay or trans, and how did it happen?
Who is one LGBTQ plus personality you would want to meet and why?
Why being gay or trans is not a choice?
Tell us a time when you felt disadvantaged for being gay or trans.
Why do you think being visible as an LGBT person is important?
What is your message to parents out there who have a queer or transgender or gender diverse child?
If you will create an LGBTQ plus movie, what genre would it be and why?
What is your favorite LGBTQ plus movie, TV series, and why?
Okay. What is the most annoying trans or gay question for you, and why people should stop asking that? For me, as a transgender person, I think the most annoying question is, like, what's in there? Or, like, what's in there? What's inside your
Oh god.
Like,
Let me slap you with it.
because people
Very inappropriate.
people usually ask, like, if they don't know, then they won't ask. But the moment if you come out to them and then they figure it out, or they suddenly know that you're a transgender person, they started wondering, like, have you had surgeries yet, or what's in there? It's just so creepy for me. So yeah, don't ask that question, please, to anyone. It's just like just creepy. Like, what would you feel if
It's very inappropriate.
Yeah, if someone asks you what's in there, so like,
What do you think?
What does it look like? Like, what the
I
fuck?
think for trans, because we go through a lot of dysphoria,
Oh yeah.
don't ask anything physical. Like,
It's a trigger.
Yeah,
It would be
trigger,
a
like-
trigger, diba?
your voice, like, wait, why do you have like a girly voice? Why do you have an ugly face? I didn't bring that to
To your attention.
but I kept that to myself. So anything that's physical, I guess, because it's something that we battle with every day, and we don't need anyone to tell us to remind us.
It's funny because like a lot of questions now, like it relates to like the physical aspect. It's like it makes you just think how naive some of these people are, and how bad these people need and require like
So
education. Yeah.
Yeah, because don't get me wrong, they're not a bad person. They just don't have the knowledge.
And then you go out to the laptop. Okay, honey.
But the moment you tell them, and then they still choose to dig questions, then that's different.
That's on them.
Yeah. Okay,
Spaghetti.
Oh, is it my turn now?
Yeah.
Okay. The question is, what will you do if your partner's family doesn't want to accept or support your relationship because you are gay or trans?
You're gay?
Well, this doesn't apply to me anymore, but I'm happy to answer the question. Yeah, so again, what will you do if your partner's family doesn't want to accept or support your relationship because you're gay? Well, again, sabi ko nga, since this question is no longer applicable to me because, we're happily married. We've been happily married for 3 years.
Who brought you guys together?
Wait, let her answer the question.
But I just want to share like how I did it before. Kasi parang ako, di ba, parang wala naman akong coming out story eh. Pero parang parang medyo na-booking na lang ako dahil sa Facebook. Dahil sabi na lang ni Nika, in a relationship with Harvi. O, in-accept ko naman, di lumabas sa Facebook.
Wow.
Wala akong coming out story, pero parang na-booking na lang ako through Facebook. Kasi nga, yun, parang because I accepted the relationship confirmation from Nika. But I do remember, syempre nung time na yon, it was really tough kasi parang nagulat yung
What was the
family.
question again? Sorry.
What will you
Funny.
do if your
family-
This is against. Yeah.
is against or doesn't support?
Yeah.
So, I remember what I've done is that, syempre, ako kasi pinili ko na, that's the choice that I made, that this is what I want. And this is who I want. So, pinaglaban ko. So, pinaglaban ko siya. And ako, nung kinausap ako ng family member, I just said, hindi naman kasi masamang tao si Nika eh. Kumbaga parang I don't see anything wrong. I mean, siguro sa mata ng maraming tao, iba yung, yung relationship namin is, very different. Pero, because I see Nika as a person who has a, very nice, very good soul, sobrang bait,
Pogi.
yes, woo!
Bakit namin puso? Galing kay Nika yun, no?
Hi, babe! So, yun,
Ano message mo?
well, my advice is that, or, I just wanna say na, tibayan na lang yung loob nyo, kasi pinasok nyo yung relationship, you have to make sure that you can fight for it. Kasi hindi naman yung parents nyo or parents ng partner nyo yung pakikisamahan nyo eh, but yung anak nila, 'di ba?
Yeah.
So tibayan niyo yung loob nyo because I chose that battle. I chose to fight that battle kasi nga alam ko naman.
mo, 'di ba?
Yeah, because I know si Nika, mabait siyang tao, hindi she's not a criminal or something. So bakit ko
Or
ikahiya?
Nika is a thief.
Bakit ko siya itatago?
Stole your heart.
Oh, yeah. Bakit ko itatago na, she's the person I'm in love with, di ba? So, yun. So, yun lang. So pag pinasok niyo yung relasyon, panindigan niyo kung yun na talaga yung gusto niyo. My forever, guys.
Forever, team forever.
And if you think like that's the love that you deserve, then you're gonna
Exactly.
go for it, diba?
And then, the person,
And
let's
worth
say,
it,
let's say, ako, diba? I know what I deserve. I know what I deserve too. So, if the person, let's say, me and Lynn are together, and I don't think that Lynn can, because, or I would feel that they're laughing.
Si Babe, ang lakas ng tawa mo.
Holding hands tayo.
Hindi ata siya nanonood eh.
Ayan.
They're doing something else. Just scary yun.
Oh, yun o. Daming, kala ko puso. Kala ko puso yun ah. So, let's say, our Lynn and I in a relationship, period.
Babe.
No, let's say, if I'm in a relationship, I would not demand or ask or require of the other person's, for her to fight for me. If she knows my worth, she'll do it.
Yeah.
So, que sera. It is what it is, diba? Kung paglaban ako, paglaban, diba? Strong. Kung hindi, edi, see ya. Bye, Felicia.
Yeah. Dapat in sync kayo sa desisyon nyo. Yun.
Ganun.
See?
Ganun. Next question.
Here you go.
Thank you.
Uy, medyo.
Wait, kain lang guys ha.
Kanina pa nga ako kain ng
Yung mga
kain.
handa ako.
I don't know if I can answer this.
Ano yan?
What was
You don't have the big cup.
Nasa iyo ba talaga napunta?
what was your biggest fear in coming out? I didn't come out.
Everyone knew! Nabuking ka lang din.
Yeah.
No, you were actually too late for it. Your mom knew except you.
Yeah.
Anything na lang?
Yeah. I guess no. My best friend will he will confirm this as well. We were at school and I was talking to my best friend Leon, who's also gay, and then I said to him, Leon, I think I might be gay.
Not sure yet. Maybe.
Huh?
Maybe.
And then he just said, bitch, I already knew. I was like, oh, okay.
Gaydar.
Yeah.
So what made you feel?
It was like, looking back, it was like, oh shit, like I didn't actually this thing just got lifted because everyone knew that I was bi.
Right.
Because of the whole, the
yeah,
family thing, blah, blah, blah. And the whole time I was dating guys. And then when I finally became honest with myself and became accountable for the feelings that I have always felt, and I went to my best friend and I was like, hey, I'm gay. And he goes, bitch, I already knew. Like, did you just find out?
Sarap sa feeling, no?
Yeah.
So you did no fear at all. You just felt.
Yeah. And then now, tignan nyo, I have no fear in telling anyone na this is who I am.
Exactly.
But can I add? Yeah.
Yes, you always
I want
It's your show.
welcome to my channel.
Go.
No, I want to talk to, or I want to speak in behalf of the people who are, who cannot come out. Because it is always a question of choosing yourself, your authenticity, your identity,
Yeah.
or losing the people you love. Because you have that feeling, even if they don't say that, you have that feeling that if you do come out, if you tell them I'm gay, I'm lesbian, I'm bi, they would just simply vanish from your life, like cut cords. And there are a lot of people that has happened.
Yep.
And to those who are yet to come out, you don't owe anyone any explanation. You are who you are. If you lose them, they don't really love you. But if they do love you, they will stay and they will understand
They will
that
stick
that's
around,
who
yeah.
you
Yeah.
are.
And just come out when you're safe.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's no like.
And when you're ready.
Yeah, when you're ready, like.
The thing is, it took me a while to come out, and like, it took me a while to actually start dating women, and the whole time that I was with guys, it was just physically hurting
Oh,
and emotionally hurting. Like,
is it draining you?
it was so bad. Like, every time I'd cry after. Let me.
How do you cry?
But if you're trans, sometimes coming out is not just one time. It's
Yeah,
always
it's,
like
yeah.
it's always like you always have to come out to every. I don't know. It's like it's not just once, because especially like if you feel like you've already, what do you say, transitioned from your assigned birth to your gender
Identity, yeah.
You always have to tell that to everyone. I mean, only if you want to. Just know. How can we eat
Yun
this?
nga, gusto ko rin kanina pag gusto kainin
I've
yung
been
tao
like,
eh.
I've been, Laika, baka naman.
Laika, baka pwede naman.
Baka, isa lang to.
Tara na.
Magsha-shot daw tayo, guys. Pasahan ng
Oo nga,
bangsa.
kanina ka pa.
Oh, shot mo na.
Madam Lights, kanina ko pa tinititigan to.
Ayan, may kasada.
May naririnig ako.
Bagong delivery. Oo nga, paano natin kakainin?
Hala.
Wait lang. Let's save this. Kasi I want, yan pa ng favorite
Oh,
street food ko.
Ako din.
Who's next? Ikaw diba?
May question na pala.
Ang sarap ng...
Uy, yan
Parang
pa.
hirap na hirap na kainin yung cupcake, pero ang sarap eh.
That's actually the
We
first
have
thing I
to
ate.
eat.
Ito, hindi ka pa makain ng cupcake, di ba?
Yeah, that's yours.
That's the first thing I
Oh,
ate.
yeah. Yeah, okay, what's the question?
Uy, it's double.
It's a what?
It's double.
Yes.
Oh, what's that flavor?
This one?
This one?
That's chocolate.
Oo nga, obvious pala.
Right? Oh, okay.
It's yummy. I don't know what it is, but it's yummy. That's why I ate.
Sarap?
So what is your
Di parang meringue.
dream for the LGBTQ plus community around the world?
What's what?
The dream.
The dream for the LGBTQ.
My dream, and I
I
believe
The
Ganon, dali.
The children are future.
Wait.
Oh my god. The children, babe.
Go.
What? Uber Eats coming, Nika.
Yes!
What Uber Eats?
Babe, hi ko
The
sa camera.
taho!
Oh, is it? Go.
I'm waiting for the spoon.
Sige na, sige.
Okay, so what's my dream for
Kung
the...
sasalubong sa asama ko, okay lang.
I actually... I don't know yet, but I guess I just want safety for everyone else. You know, it doesn't have to be. I don't need like a grand acceptance for everyone. Like, yay, everyone is
Thank
an
you, I was
ally.
thinking
Thank
that
you.
too.
But just safety.
Yep.
Now you can
Yeah.
be who you want to be.
You can walk.
And not fear the
Not
streets.
fear the streets. Not fear.
And equal rights.
Yeah.
And it's not a crime, because some other countries, they still like persecute people who are gay, which is not, is very wrong. And maybe, the trans health
Yeah.
for everyone, not just for rich people.
Yes, please. Thank you.
And I think here in New Zealand, they're gonna ban the
Conversion.
the conversion therapy, yes, and then the hate speech.
Yep.
So if you say something hateful about the LGBTQ plus community, they can sue you.
Yeah.
You can be criminalized, which is
Go to
very,
court.
very awesome.
Oh, can we
Thank you,
sue?
New Zealand.
Oh,
Thank you! Until Sunday.
What happened?
Ang social mo nung kumain ng cupcake, ako nga sinubukan.
No,
Ako din
I-
yun ito.
It's
I have to use the
empty.
spoon kasi nung pupunta sa ano.
Ay, meron yan! ganun.
Ano talaga?
Merong icing.
Sabi ko,
Bakit kayo kinuha sa akin na? Sinubo ko lang. Ako lang, sige. Ako na talaga. Ako talaga pinakasigan.
Kasi pag ganun mo, meron na kang icing sa dalawa.
wala na.
Parang tawa pa
Thanks Ate Jem sa ano. Mamaya. Pagkatawa talaga ako. Okay. What was your biggest why, all caps, when you decided to come out? Biggest why? You parang, what's the reason why you came
What's your
out?
biggest reason
What-
why
yeah,
you decided
why?
to finally come out?
Why not?
Kasi, yeah, exactly. Why not, diba?
Yeah.
No, because I want people to address me properly. I want them to, because they will ask why. So, they have to know na, going forward, I want you to use he, him, like male pronouns for me, and then use my name, not the name, not my birth name. And then, yeah, that's my biggest why. Yeah, that's it.
Yes! Dalawa lang.
Thank you. Okay lang.
Thanks, madam.
I love you, Alex!
Kahit po naman ito.
Okay, salamat.
Yay! Love talaga!
Thank you so much.
Salamat sa pataho.
Oh! Arniba!
Oo nga, ako din. Mahilig ako sa maraming arnibal.
Yeah.
Arnibal. Or,
Gusto ko yung white na part.
yung soya. Gusto mo?
Go.
Ay, sorry. Nilalasak ko.
Baka may sagawa sa ilog na. Sigsasalta.
Sarap!
Gloria pala.
Ay, babunot na pala ang question. Tambiolo.
Sabi niyo
Hi,
siya.
friends!
Sabi niyo siya ang kulit ni Yang Loyola.
Oh.
Hi, friends!
Hi! If you have follow-up questions or if you have questions for us,
Just put them on the comment
Yes.
below.
Hi, Goodell!
Please, hi, babes! Can you, share?
Hi, babes!
share.
Paki-share! No daw, sabi ni Nika.
Ano no?
No!
Anong no, babe?
Ayun yung comment niya. No!
Huwag ka na daw kumain.
Grabe ka! Ginutom ko talaga yung sarili ko para hindi ako kumain. Parang makakain ako
Mga
marami.
3 araw, ganyan.
Hindi naman. Fasting. How did you overcome the fear of being judged because of your gender identity or sexual orientation? Yeah. How did I overcome the fear?
And I, thank you.
Yeah. I
Tapos na.
believe, well, to be honest, overtime siya. Hindi siya, it's
No,
just
Just a
one
snap.
go.
Yeah, gusto mo mag
Hindi siya overnight.
Yeah, it's just like over time, you just feel na slowly, like, you feel na it's slowly, hindi ka na pala natatakot na being judged. And I'm grateful kasi I'm here in New Zealand, to be honest. Like,
Yeah,
Thank
being
you.
here in
Thank
New
you,
Zealand,
Lord. Yeah.
so I'm grateful kasi being here in New Zealand, I feel safe, I feel comfortable sa sariling bahay, sa sariling community, sa work. So, I'm really grateful. But, back in the Philippines, I do remember, syempre, hindi mo maiwasan na people will really say something about you. Whether you don't disclose yourself as, lesbian, they see you na ganun ka, ay sasabihin talaga sila sa inyo. Siguro, yung fear ko lang naman was for my family. Kasi yung family ko yung masasaktan. So, I think that was my biggest fear then, na yung family ko yung masasaktan because, of the path that I chose. And ako kasi parang ako may superhero syndrome na gusto ko, ako yung palaging tagaligtas sa family ko, yung ganyan na ayoko yung nasasaktan sila, gusto ko, I'll take everything in. Masakit, yung ganyan, yung parang,
Tough girl.
I think that was my biggest fear then. Pero yun nga, slowly, naisip ko, oh well, this is my life. Kumbaga parang, I don't want to live in fear forever because of the choices that I made. And of course,
Can you pass me one glass, please?
siguro, ano na lang,
Tubig?
overtime nga siya. So ilang years siguro bago ko siya talaga na-overcome. Sorry. But I can say that I fully
Wala ng ulo.
overcame my fear of being judged when I arrived here.
Yep. It helps, no?
It helps. Yeah, kasi nga, yun nga, parang I felt really welcome na, oh, you're in New Zealand. Parang, people will not stare at you kapag may kahawak ka na babae, ka-holding hands ka na babae. Parang gano'n. So, yun. Yeah, basically, overtime siya.
And it's funny because,
Overtime,
like, di ba
yeah.
yung the marriage thing, the same-sex marriage thing too?
Which
Diba?
one?
here in New
Oh, yeah.
Zealand. So a lot of people, I guess it was like a domino effect. Like like other countries started following.
Very
through.
progressive.
Very like I guess New Zealand is in its own like
New Zealand was the first country to get the women vote, diba?
yeah. Well, yeah.
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 Wow. I mean, they initiated it. Wow.
Yeah.
Knowing that New Zealand is a very small country, like no one knows New Zealand. Like if you say where do you live at the moment? New Zealand.
Oh,
Is that? Is it
Look at us now! Look at us now! Look at us now!
Yeah.
Especially with this COVID thing too.
It's difficult for people who used to live in fear now living free. Though it's the transition. Like you before, parang. I mean, when you just came out of oppression, parang you'd be suspicious of everyone, looking at everyone suspiciously, like and then you'd realize, oh hey, I don't need to be suspicious of everyone, or you don't need to be scared because hey, like.
Actually, Family Bar was the first place that I ever felt like myself.
Yeah.
I didn't have to prove
I want
anything.
to break free.
Yeah,
The family
I walked
back in the days,
Yeah,
right?
back in the days, not
Yeah.
now.
Yeah.
Sorry. But like back in the day, like you walk in and no one's gonna look at you because you've got this guy hair or like you dress like a girl or what. No one cares. And that was the first time I ever felt like myself and free and not judged.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we're lucky we're in New Zealand.
But I hope that Philippines will be like this.
I
as
just
well.
hope
Catch up.
that come on guys.
Yeah.
Pick up the pace. Come on.
Like it should just be equal.
Yay!
Because I think
Thank
Say hi.
you.
Wait, ikaw lang pinadeliver nila.
Because she made it.
Thank you,
Yeah.
sarap!
No, like it's your turn.
Have it.
kasi parang the option na lang is to leave the country, no?
Yeah. The thing is, sino naman ang masasaktan if ever na like they just accept. You know.
Oo, lagi na lang resilient.
Yeah, they're just.
Kailangan they should help.
The thing is it because of their own self-bias? Na like, no, we have to remain like this. Blah blah blah.
Oh, it's
because, or were they actually shaped from the beginning of
Yes,
time?
yeah. Na i-adopt na lang, i-accept
Yeah,
na lang.
i-carry on na lang.
Just be
Because-
quiet. Kasi it starts with the family, di ba? If
Yeah.
something's wrong, you just have to keep your mouth shut. You don't say a thing.
Do you actually know why you're doing it? Like, question.
Okay.
Your turn, Lynn, I think. Lynn?
Me?
Oh,
Who answered last?
I think I did. Like the biggest fear, eh?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow. Nice.
Oh, I got this.
What is that?
What's the difference between sexual orientation and gender identity?
Sogi.
Ah! Okay, so sexual Oh, yeah.
I mean, we can all share naman.
Sexual orientation is I guess like I'll just give the examples like gay, lesbian, bisexual, asexual, that category. And gender identity is, so it's gonna differ because like Harvey and I obviously born female and we identify as female, but our sexual orientation are both lesbians and our pronouns are still her and she. Whereas with Dre and Isaac, they're trans men, which means that at birth they were born female, but they identify as men, and they've got they're transitioning and and you guys can explain because I don't want to.
It's.
Say
I
that.
think that.
Orientation.
But it's good, really good. For sexual orientation, I guess it's who you wanna sleep with, like who you're attracted to.
Who
And
tickles
then-
your fancy?
And then and then for gender identity is who you are.
Yeah.
Pasensya niya.
Why did you give him alcohol for?
That's his
Hindi
explanation.
mo ito pwedeng yayain sa inuman kasi
Good luck.
Sexual orientation, who tickles your fancy. Yan yung ano niya.
Yeah.
Who's tickling who?
Yeah, but yeah, ako yung definition ko ng sexual orientation is who you're physically,
Attracted.
romantically, emotionally
Yeah.
attracted to, right?
Mm.
Yeah, and then your gender identity is how you see or how you feel about yourself.
Self, yeah. Because only you can define it.
Yeah.
There's no such thing as you're not trans enough or you're not gay enough.
Yeah.
It's only...
Meron tayong phone in question?
What is that?
Oh, hang on.
Meron
I have a phone, di ba?
Lola, no?
Yeah! Dami naman!
Thank you so much.
Yay!
Thank you!
Hey.
Thanks!
Ay,
Basta
still
kami, may sobra. Apat na. Ay,
Thank
But
you.
yeah, meron na.
Apat na ba? Thank you.
Thank you.
May nakikita ka ba na hindi namin nakikita?
Thanks, madam.
Thank you so much.
Okay, wait lang. Question from my mom. Philippines is... no, it's not a question. It's just a comment. Philippines starting to accept. To some people, may not still at the moment. It will take more
Hi,
time.
Tamads!
The most important is the family who accepts you wholeheartedly. Yeah, totoo yun. Kasi...
Thank you po.
Thank you
back,
po.
back in the days kasi naman, there's no such thing, parang lack of knowledge, which is... We could have blame it. It doesn't mean that they're bad people talaga in general. It's just like, it's not really... Like, there's no representation sa media. Lagi lang yung mga nakitang bading sa barber, park.
Nakakatawa, gano'n.
Pero once na-expose sila, Filipinos are intelligent. Naniniwala ko namin na matatalino sa
Yes, we are.
Pilipinas.
Yeah.
We are.
Tsaka magaling daw kumanta.
Ayun nga Sino ba? Lynn? Sample, Harvi?
Gusto niyo ba makarinig yung Celine ba yun? Celine ba yun?
Ay, sabi ni Mami, you are welcome daw. I love you, Ma'am!
Thank you po, tita!
Question ni Ate Sheila. Would like to get your thoughts on raising children in an LGBTQI household. What to do, what not to do.
Can I just say, you are doing great.
I love you, Ate
Don't
Sheila!
do anything.
Sheila.
Don't do anything different, Mars.
Mars,
You can already tell that you're bringing him up so freaking well. So
Yeah.
don't change a thing.
Siguro kasi nga, dahil nga, because you accept
Yeah.
who your, yung orientation man ng anak mo, kumbaga parang, syempre, wala nang tatalo dun eh. Kumbaga parang sa circle of family, sa family mo parang, you feel really welcome, you feel safe.
Can I share something? Ito, very personal, since Mom's watching. When I transitioned, I actually stopped talking to them sa Philippines kasi I just wanna... we just don't talk. Like, we just say hi, hello, ganyan. Pero wala talagang kamustahan na, how's your transition? Wala, ganyan. Pero nung umuwi ako sa Philippines, it's been 2 years or 3 years na di nila ako nakita. Nung unang uwi ko, parang instead of questioning me, sinabi niya lang sa akin, is that you? Tapos hinag niya ako. Tapos yung pagkahag niya sa akin, parang dun ko na feel na, love wins.
May laman talaga.
Love wins. Alam mo na kahit na anong gulo sa isip ng parents mo, ganyan. Hindi ka naman nila hini-hate because you're like that eh. Hindi lang nila parang naiintindihan ka. But it doesn't mean na hindi ka nila love.
Yes. Oh, actually, I have quite a similar story. Kasi yung sa akin nga, di ba, medyo gulat factor yung pagka-come out ko. So, syempre kasi, I didn't live with my dad. And I didn't grow up with my dad. And then yung mommy ko kasi, nag-ibang bansa din siya. So, basically, I grew up with my lola. Oh, Anna, I miss you. With my lola. Pero, I have so much respect sa parents ko naman. Kasi, although, nung una talaga, nagulat din sila. I mean, I was already expecting that they couldn't fathom the fact na, okay, ganito pala yung anak ko. Syempre, kumbaga parang, it was a phase as well for them, na may gulat, hindi nila na-accept. And then siguro for a year, hindi kami nag-usap ng daddy ko kasi my dad told me na mag-usap na lang kami pagka, pag everything is calmed down na.
Yeah.
So parang 1 year kami ata hindi nag-usap, which I respected kasi I gave him space. And then after, yun nga, parang randomly, hindi man actually randomly, pero it was my birthday and then he sent me a message. Sabi niya, happy birthday anak. Happy birthday, darling. Sabi ko, thank you, daddy. Hindi ka na ba galit sa akin? Tinanong ko. Sabi niya, hindi naman ako galit sa'yo eh. Nagulat lang ako. Parang,
I think,
parang ganun, parang just give them time.
Yeah.
Ganun.
tsaka
Nagulat
parents
lang din
naman who truly, utterly, unconditionally love their kids would eventually, accept it.
Yeah.
Kasi maybe it's just new to them. They fear it.
Very good.
Yeah. And they wouldn't
They don't
have
understand it.
thought na oh.
Yeah, and then naisip lang din nila sasabihin ng ibang tao kasi.
Yeah. They're very protective, of course.
They're scared na baka, lalaki ka, masasaktan ka lang.
Yeah.
To kids of, to LGBT kids of straight parents. So give your parents some time.
Yeah.
Mind to.
Okay,
Hello?
wait lang. Carry on, sorry.
Give them time. Baka they're also scared. Kung ikaw scared ka to come out or to accept who you are or to be who you are, they're also scared on
As
your
their
own.
parent.
As your parent, yes.
Yeah.
There was this. Never mind. Yeah. So yeah.
Oh, sorry. Can I just put like 2 cents into what your mom said?
Yeah.
When my two moms got together, this was in the
I love the two
1960s.
moms.
So 1960s, my two moms were 17 and 19. So you can imagine in the 60s it was still, you know, quite feminine and like
Yeah.
like it's not like now like liberated with like the fashion and whatnot. But they moved in together and everyone just assumed that they were best friends. So you can already tell na like you can say anything else but the fact that these guys might be together. Because the 60s were, yeah, I don't know. But, and then after a while, everyone's like, oh, blah, 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 until they got me. And then it was like, oh, okay, yeah, they're a family.
Oh.
And then my mom started dressing like then, yeah, and then she got started, people started calling her tomboy and like she wears the pants in the relationship. It's like, well, literally, but I think they're still both female,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah, but could you just imagine coming out in the 60s? Oh my gosh, that'll just be...
It's a
A train
big
wreck.
respect for them, you know. You
Yeah.
said they're the one who paved the way for us.
Yeah.
We wouldn't be
Drag
like this if it's not for
queens.
them.
Yeah.
There was a drag queen that one of the people that started.
Marsha.
Yeah. Who started the riot in
Yes.
1969.
Marsha
That's
Johnson.
Awesome. Yeah.
Thank you. Okay, who's
Oh,
next?
and a lesbian butch. Oh, my turn.
Who's turn?
Who's turn?
Oh, you got the last question. Eh?
Yeah.
So what are you doing?
So
Is
it's your
your thing
turn.
too strong? The red horse?
Yeah.
Why is it my turn?
I used to like, I used to drink Red Horse.
I used to drink,
Sa
yeah.
mga katagay ko dati eh. Mga kapitbahay ko dati.
What is your message to your 19-year-old queer self? I think, like, Lynn, I was the last to know that I was like this. So I'd be the one to tell myself that, hey, whatever you are, you have to accept who you are. Because back in the day, I didn't know.
Yeah.
I thought I was like, just like me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, I was what I was, but I didn't know until
That there's a term for that.
there's a term, there's a
Proper,
diagnosis
yeah.
for, there's healthcare, there's all of these things. So, and from then on to now, there's a lot of knowing actually opened a lot of doors for me, or not knowing resulted to a lot of doubt and to a lot of failed opportunities.
Bye to Tita Harvi.
Hi. Hi.
Boy! Say hi, Kobe.
Excuse me lang, may pogi dito.
Meron kaming...
Bye!
Bye,
Going
handsome.
na? Say hi!
Say hi to the camera.
Wait, say hi! Hi!
Eh, nakagilira siya. Sige.
Bye-bye.
Tapusin mo rin.
Bye,
See you.
Bye!
Bye, Kobe.
So cute. You want to give Tita a cuddle?
Oh, I want a cuddle too.
How about dito, Ice?
Come on,
Tita.
Cuddle, bye! Mwah.
See ya, Kobe.
Bye, Kobe!
Bye-bye.
Si Beg, hindi lang kayo sa camera.
O yun na nga. Basi liga dito.
Ano nangyari?
O yun na nga. So, when I was 19, or from then on to now, I had a lot of failed or missed opportunities or a lot of failures because I didn't know what I was, or I didn't accept who I was, or I didn't know what my identity was. So, a lot of stuff a lot of breakthrough happened after me accepting who I was and started taking steps toward to becoming the fully realized me. So, if I have the chance to go back to my 19-year-old self, I said, "Boy, you're trans. No? Go." So you have
Go tell him.
go tell him you're trans. So you have to do what you have to do, or at
It
least
all comes
accept.
down to yun, education din.
And knowing yourself.
Yeah, finding out your true.
Yes.
Your authentic self. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I like
Grabe,
that
nakaka 1 hour na pala tayo.
My leg is.
Oh, you like that
Falling
question?
I like that question. Sabi
Yeah.
ko, saan ang pili ko? But it's okay.
You answer it.
Yeah, answer it!
And I thank you. Oh.
May paghawak sa akin na, no? You answer it, biglang gumanon.
Kasi actually, when I looked at the question, binasa ko yun, sabi ko, ay gusto ko to. Kasi parang it made me self-reflect din kasi na parang, Ano ba ginagawa ko nung 19 years old?
I think I know.
Lakas naman nun, grabe! And then, yun nga, so sabi ko, parang I want to tell my 19-year-old self na, you're doing a great job. Kasi you're spending life like how you are supposed to. You're trying out different things, you're finding yourself amidst na lahat ng na-experience mo sa buhay. And yun nga, sabi ko parang, I think 19 kasi that was in college eh. And then I remember yun nga, parang I had a boyfriend then. So sabi ko nga, so parang yun nga, parang I was trying to experiment. So I would say na yun nga, my 19 years old self, yun na, I'll give yourself a pat on the back. Kasi yun nga, at least you're figuring out who you are.
Good job.
And,
Good job, 19-year-old self. Harvi.
Yeah, and yun nga, you're being tough. Kasi yun nga, kahit na lumaki ka naman hindi mo yung family mo, at least you still understand na, you know, your family is still going to support you whatever happens naman in the future.
Yeah.
So yun. So that's my answer. I thank you.
Ako, if I were to answer it, sasabihin ko sa 19-year-old self ko, wag mang babae.
Grayson.
Oo. Kasi ano yun, it's not good. Kasi parang ini-equate natin na the more girls you have, the more masculine you are. Dati. Kasi ganun yung sa family eh.
Hindi ko naisip yun.
What was I doing when I was 19?
Dito ka na kasi nun, di ba? Were you there?
Yeah, but I don't know what I was doing now.
Okay.
Who?
Sorry,
Okay.
carry on.
I don't know who I was doing.
Very good! Very good!
Edit. Ay, live pala to. edit out. Live pala.
Who?
Oh, God.
Who let the dogs out?
Lynn? Okay.
Nagka-boyfriend ka din.
If you can remember, when did you first feel you're gay or trans? Parang may ganun
Parang iba yun eh.
vocalization. Okay, na-feel ko na different yung gender identity ko sa gender na I was assigned when at birth. Siguro at 6 years old. As early as that. Yeah. But obviously, akala ko parang boyish lang, ganyan. Pero obviously, hindi ko alam na ganun pala. Tapos, I remember my classmate, I think we were in 4th grade or 5th grade. Si Clara Castillo. Kung nanonood ka man
Shout out
ngayon.
kay Clara!
Shout out!
Sinabi niya pa sa akin nun, parang nasugatan ako, parang umiyak ako, parang may nangyari sa akin din na sumiyak ako. Sabi, ba't umiyak ba lalaki ka? Parang ganun pa siya. So para talagang, hindi lang ako nakakita nun sa sarili ko, pero yung ibang tao, parang ganun din natin yung tingin sa akin.
That's cool.
Shout out to Clara.
Kasi,
Clara!
since Ice and I grew up together, parang yung gender identity ko rin, ganun din ka, as early as I could remember.
Yeah.
Na parang, sino nga ba nag-joke nun? Nung si ganito, dito nagmana, yung isa sa akin nagmana kasi medyo malala.
Oo, nakalimutan ko.
Malala talaga.
Oo. Ay, ito, kay kuya yata nagmana kasi medyo malala na eh. So, as early as yung mga bata kami na naglalaro kami, I don't ask them to call me ate. It's always kuya.
Okay.
Yeah.
Your turn.
Oh, my turn.
We should wrap up na. Tagal pala natin,
Last questions na to sa atin. What can you say is your biggest contribution to the LGBTQ plus community? Okay, this is a good question. This is a nice question. Kasi this is in relation to our campaign eh. What we're doing right now. So, you know, with Proud Campaign kasi, di ba nga, in-introduce ni Isaac kanina na we initiated the Proud Bag wherein we basically buy groceries for families in need. Nag-start kami sa mga migrant families here in New Zealand, na Filipinos as well. And then, so I would say na it's one of the biggest contributions ng LGBT community dito sa New Zealand.
Yeah.
And then back in the Philippines as well, I remember, kasi Christmas yun, di ba, right? When we had our, what was that? Yung
Even for the cerebral palsy. Christmas party for the cerebral
Christmas party for
people
the
with
cerebral palsy. Yes. Yun naman, talagang nung umuwi ako ng Philippines, kami mag-asawa, at saka si Tim din, ginawa talaga namin yun. We made sure na we had a Christmas party for the kids na may cerebral palsy para ma-enjoy naman nila yung Christmas, diba? So, yung biggest contribution, yun nga, so far, dito sa New Zealand, I guess yung aming fundraising para sa mga family members na kailangan naming tulungan. Kasi syempre, dahil since COVID started, there were a lot of families who got affected in terms of income na, yun nga, money coming in.
Yeah.
So we made sure that for us, we can help, just it's time for us to give back to the community kasi we're grateful, we're lucky enough, we're fortunate that we had our jobs, we kept our jobs, and then yun nga, so we had money coming in. And then ako personally, for me personally, as a life coach, self-promotion, I had clients who belong to the LGBTQ community. And I learned so much from them na most of their self-limiting beliefs because of their sexual orientation. So, para sa akin, I learned so much. And I want to continue my advocacy as well as a life coach to help the LGBTQ plus community to discover themselves and finally realize na they are on their way to, to being authentic and honoring themselves as well as who they are. And, and yun, na they can contribute to the community as well.
So, thank you. Greatest contribution ko naman is kumain. Para sa magaling ang kumain.
Game din ito, eh.
No! Those who are just tuning in, we will post the link to our Give a Little account so that you can help us move forward with our proud bags. Yun lang. So, thank you.
Thank you.
And then last two questions. And if
So
you
last
have any
questions
questions
na to.
for us, just comment on post them on the comment box.
What is the hardest part to being gay or trans and why?
Dating. No problem.
Dating.
Which one?
Choosing.
Babel!
I guess acceptance and stuff as
Yes.
well. And lack of education.
Agreed.
Yeah, there's still a lot of people out there that are not accepted by the ones who they think would accept them the most, i.e. Family and close friends and things like that. As well as there's a lot of lack of knowledge in terms of what's the difference soji-wise. What's the difference? Why are you this? Why are you that? Why can't you just be this, that, or whatever? It's like you're being put in a box, and yeah, there is a label, but there's only a certain extent to labeling somebody. And alam mo na, like, yeah, I guess that's the hardest part to being gay and or trans. Just the I mean, you don't even have to like accept, you could just acknowledge who we are as individuals. And just I guess if you really want to know about or the difference between each one, you can ask us. You can
do your own research.
Do your own research. Don't just assume, because that's the worst thing. And as Isaac said before, there are questions never to ask certain people, because it's gonna trigger them. The things that they've been trying to self-heal from, you're just gonna, by saying the wrong stuff, you're just gonna bring it all back and trigger them. Trigger us. So just be mindful of your words, because it does cut in so many ways more than you will ever know, unless you're in the same position as us. Do you guys want to add some more?
I think that you've said it well. Okay, last one. Lucky last.
Save the best for last. So what is your life as a gay or trans person, Filipino, living in New Zealand? And this is your question. It's so freeing. Nah, you'd forget that you came from a place.
Patapos na.
Where are you going?
Patapos na.
No! Are you leaving?
Patapos na.
No!
Patapos na kami, but...
I'll go.
Yay!
Ay, nagka-cry na.
Wait. You wait. I haven't hugged you yet.
Okay na.
Ay, iyak.
Wala sa akin.
Saan natin nilagay kanina?
Baka sa bag.
Paring mo.
I love you! Okay, wrap up.
Living Filipino gay in New Zealand is so freeing that you forget that you came from a place of oppression. Pero minsan, alam mo yun, you'd go back to your old ways na parang you'd keep your head low, hoping that people would not notice you. But then you realize, oh nga pala, no? It's different here. And then, you are called the right pronoun, and but people who do not know your pronoun would often ask, by the way, what is your pronoun?
Good.
Diba parang they are
Yeah.
They're being respectful na.
yeah, being respectful.
Exactly.
And even my lalo na sa healthcare sa Philippines is hard. So it took me a long time to find what I needed to do in the Philippines. Kasi hindi mo alam kung saan papunta. At least here, yung healthcare mo, you have a straight path. You do this, you go here, and then you get this. You have a specialist and you're done. It says, di ba? Hindi doon maghahanap ka pa. It's like a needle in a haystack. Sino yung pwede mo puntan? You know, the worst thing that happened to me was I had, because I have high blood pressure. So my cardio knows what I'm going through. My cardio knows that. And then yung, kasi I lift weights, I sprained myself one time. So with a physio. So sabi ng physio ko, bakit nilaki na katawan mo? Dapat, tas nakita niya yung, di ba, parang, pakailan mo. Ikaw pangit, pero. So, di ba, parang, tas nakita pa niya, he saw that the results on my blood chem, parang may nakita siya doon. Sabi ko, kasi I do a lot of lifting and I take pre-workout. Sabi niya, hindi mo na kailangan yun! Tigil mo na. He asked me to stop everything, even transitioning.
Yeah.
And I'm like, pakailan mo.
Yeah.
Di ba, parang, and here,
Unsolicited, no?
di ba, unsolicited, laki-laki na nakatawa mo, hindi mo na kailangan mo ganyan. Sabi ko, pakailan mo, punta lang dito, masakit yung likod ko. Parang, hello! Parang, yun na lahat, pinag-usapan natin. Pero dito, when I talk to a physio, when I talk to my GP, when I talk to my doctors, and then like, parang wala. Okay, sure. Here, you go here, do this, yada yada. And it's a clear path. Sa Philippines, it's hard. Maraming channel. Sa Philippines, it's hard to find a specialist that would, show you the right path to do it. Mahirap. Tapos I tried signing up online. Ang backdate lang, 3 months, 4 months. Tapos ang layo pa ng pupunta mo. So parang hindi siya ganun kadali. Parang siguro out of 100, isa lang yung may alam. Hahanapin mo pa siya.
Actually now, like with work, they are encouraging, because a lot more children here are realizing who they are.
Yeah.
So they're encouraging the parents to take them to the endocrinologist and have like
puberty blockers.
No. They've got like kasi diba ano muna like counseling and stuff like that, and just to make sure, etc. And then they start the medical
process.
stuff. Yeah. So I think the youngest was like 7.
Wow.
Nice.
Yeah.
So it's better. Way
Yeah.
better.
Yeah. Sobra. Parang dali-dali.
Yeah.
Parang, sana natagal ko nang ginawa.
Gawin natin to again next time, no?
Yeah.
Yeah, gawin natin to ulit next
You can
time.
invite more people.
Yeah.
And
do.
like the people can like probably, I don't know, put some questions
Yeah,
in
for
there.
next time, no?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. That's it. That's all. That's all, diba?
I think
Ubus
so.
na yung questions. Thank you, guys.
I hope you enjoyed our dinner.
As much as we did.
It's our first time. We're gonna do better, I guess.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Bye guys.
Okay, someone...
We touch, we break, make it seem like we feel the same. We